Today, we're going to take a look at the Fanxiang 2 terabyte USB Type A and Type C all metal enclosed flash drive. It's one of the largest capacity flash drives I could find, and I've already run some tests on it, but let me simulate the unboxing, which will go to the close-up camera here. Now, I've already opened this, and this was wrapped in a plastic bag, but other than that, this is exactly my unboxing experience. It is hefty. If you slide the slider one direction, you get the tiny USB Type-C connector. This is required for the ultra-high speeds. You can also use that to plug into a phone. You can go to the other side, and we get the Type-A connector. That's going to get your USB 3 speeds, and this is 3.2 Gen 2 times 2, which is a pretty hard connection to find. However, we're going to get into the testing on this in just a minute, but you can see it's a pretty hefty, and we'll set that here and look at what else is in the box. And we've got a little leather enclosure or leather-like enclosure here that you can use to carry around with you. Although this will easily fit in a pocket. I suppose this will go in here. Yeah, just like so. And then we have some documentation. So the question is, how does this actually perform? Well, with the USB Type A slot, you're going to get up to 1,000 megabytes per second if your system supports USB 3.2 speeds. I've done a speed test with it, which I'll put right over here. There it is. And I'm paying particular attention to those sequential read and write numbers, the two numbers that are at the very, very, very top, right over there. So the 1077 on the reads and the 1000.22 on the writes is very, very fast. And then if you're lucky enough that you have a system that supports USB Type-C 3.2 Gen 2 times 2, not just Gen 2, you've got to have that extra times 2. This is a standard that really didn't get very popular from the PC manufacturers, though a lot of device manufacturers will utilize it. And if you're lucky enough to have that with the Type-C connector, then your speeds go to this number right over here. So you're looking at 1990.56 on your sequential reads and 1731.89. These tests, by the way, they'll change every time you run them, but they'll be within a few megabytes per second. And like I say, I always want to look at that sequential read and write speed for just the best case scenario. So that being said, I suppose the only downside I can find to this is there's no LED indicator to let you know whether or not a read or write is taking place. Although the safe disconnect is now available since Windows 10. You don't necessarily have to safely eject the device. When it comes to something that's, well, a bit more treasured, a larger capacity, higher end device like this, I like to play it safe. And so without an LED indicator on here, it's a little disappointing that I just can't verify that the drive is not active when I'm unplugging it. That being said, we'll have to see how it holds up over time. Let me walk up to the camera and give you a nice good close-up of the detail. So you can see here the nice detail that the drive has. That's your loop. If you wanted to put a, I guess it's over here, a lanyard on it, right there. And then of course your slider is here. So if you slide it up, there's your USB Type A, slide it down, and there is your USB Type-C. So it does help to push the button in and then slide it. And there you have it, the Fanxiang 2 terabyte, pocket-sized, very fast USB flash drive. I'm pretty impressed.